What's up, guys? Today we're going to be creating our form using vanilla JavaScript. I know I said jQuery, but it's such a simple form, and this will give you a chance to sharpen up your JavaScript skills a little bit. I don't know, but at least probably you'll learn something from it. And we're going to be getting our geolocation so that way we can send it out to the connected users. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So let's get that form created. Over here in our index.html, we're going to create a form. So form. Now remember, guys, this isn't a HTML kind of a. I'm not teaching you HTML, so I'm assuming you do know HTML enough so that you could actually create a form and an input and a button. That's all you need to do. But we're going to give it a form with an ID of message form, and you can do whatever you want, but I'm doing form. All right, and inside form we're going to put an input with the text as the type, yes, the name as message, and the value. There's not going to be a value, but there is going to be a placeholder. Placeholder is going to be message, and we're going to create a button, not bug, button, a button with the type being submit, or actually let's make the type submit, because we're going to be submitting it. And you could just take this off, it doesn't matter. We're going to put inside here submit. Control save, and let's see how our it looks like. So nodemon server server.js, enter. Let's check it out. Localhost 3000, and there it is. So if we type something in, submit, it should send it up here. We don't want this. Obviously, we do not want this. Because this actually refreshes the page. You can see right here is refreshing the page, and we don't want to refresh the page. We're actually going to go back inside of here and create a script, a custom script. So inside of public, inside of JS, we're gonna create another one. Inside of JS, yes, index.js. In here, we're gonna start creating our own script, so that way we could prevent default so we could stop it from refreshing the page and grabbing our values at the same time. So down below, we are going to create a we're going to be listening for an action, which are an event which is click. So we're going to select the document dot query selector. And we're going to be selecting this button right here. And I am going to give this an ID. I'm going to call it ID. It's going to equal submit btn. So that way we could actually grab it. So I'm going to just copy this. And back in here, we're going to be selecting our ID. So pound, pasting it right there, and we're gonna add a event listener. So dot add event listener, and we're gonna be listening for the click. So when someone clicks this button, we're gonna do a function. So function, no function name. Down below, I'm actually going to do edit or view toggle, so that way we can see the whole thing. So down below, we're actually going to do function does take an event, so E for event, and down below we're going to do e.prevent. So that way this actually prevent default. This will actually prevent that reload. So if we actually try it right now, oh, what did I do? Sorry about that. Control save this. Restart it over here in our thing. We refresh, and every time we submit, as you can see, it's not refreshing whatsoever. So that's a good sign. We're not refreshing the page, and we're actually going to emit a message. So down below, socket dot emit. No, emit dot emit. We are going to be doing the create message right here. So we're going to create a message. Actually, I'm gonna just copy all of this right here. Well, no, we're gonna do it from scratch. We're going to do it from scratch, so that way you get a better, more practice. Socket.emit. We're gonna be using the create message, and we're gonna do our data, which is actually coming from. We're gonna create our data. So I'm just saying right here, it's not coming from anywhere. Sorry, we're creating our data. So we're gonna just do from user, just like so, and then text. We're actually going to grab the text that they put right here. So in order to do that, we're going to do document dot query selector. I'm gonna just copy this so I don't have to keep on doing that. Dot query selector, and we're gonna grab this input right here. So I'm gonna grab it by this message. Okay, so I'm gonna just copy this. Our query selector is going to be input, and we're gonna be grabbing it by the name in brackets equal to message, because you could have multiple names or you could have multiple inputs, but at least the name, it should be unique, I hope. So let's go back inside index.js and finish this off. So we're grabbing this, and we need the actual value. So dot value, just like so. And we're gonna finish that off. Wait, do I need that? No, I don't need a I don't need that. And obviously when we do emit, we're gonna want to do it in acknowledgement. So right after our data, we are going to create a function for our acknowledging it, but we won't focus on that right now. I actually want to see if this is going to create. So let's go back in here, refresh the app, open up our console, and hit submit. Ooh, user is not defined. Let's put this in quotes. Control save. Now let's refresh and submit it. There we go. Okay, awesome. This is from HTML. I have no idea, but let's do HTML, and we are getting it down here and down here. Let's create another one. Localhost 3000. Open up. I just ate something spicy and it's getting to my throat. Yeah, don't. Yeah. I'm going to say entry dash user 2. I'm pretty sure I spelled something wrong. I didn't. But we get it right here. Entry dash user 2. Entry dash user 2. Awesome. It is working. Awesome. So let me explain what we just did. I know we went a little bit too fast on this, or you might have caught everything. I mean, it was pretty simple. But let me explain everything. Inside of index.html, we created a form that has the input field and a button. Every time we hit the button, it's going to submit this form. And then inside of index.js, we created a script where we grab the submit. Every time they click submit or this button, it's going to grab the form data, and we're going to actually emit that form data on socket.emit. We're going to be creating a message from user. Obviously, we don't have a user just yet, but we are going to be grabbing their names in a bit or later down the road. But right now, we just used a user as default. And our text, we grabbed that from the form we just got. Okay, we grabbed it from the form, and we're just emitting this or broadcasting it to everyone. That's simply what we've just done using pure vanilla JavaScript. You could have done it with jQuery. It would have been not that much code to be writing. I'm gonna actually move this so that way this could be in one line. Yes, like that. But let's move on. So let's actually grab this data that's displaying over here and actually grab it and actually put it inside of our browser in here. We want it every time you submit it, it'll post it right here in here. So inside of new message, this is where we're actually getting it from. You see our new message. This is where we're getting it from. In here, we're going to create a LI. So let LI equal document dot create. We're creating an element, so create element, and we're going to be creating an LI. So LI, just like so, and then in that LI we are going to be creating a text. So LI dot inner text is going to equal, and we'll use template strings right here because we're going to do it's going to be from our user. So remember, every data that we're getting from here is going to be inside this message object. So message right, dot from, and I'm going to use colon space and do it again. Message dot text. Control save that. Now we actually need to append it to the body. So document dot dot query selector, and we're just going to grab the body dot append child, and we're going to append this LI we just created. So we're going to append LI just like so. Control save. Now we refresh this. Admin, welcome to the chat app. John says hi. We're getting John because down here we where is it at? I know. Oh, right here. So we can actually get rid of this since we are emitting from every time they create something. So let me just get rid of this right now. Control save. Let me do one more. Control save. Refresh the app. Admin, welcome to the chat app, which is great. And if you go over here and refresh, you said admin, welcome to the chat app, and back into the new one. New user joined. Awesome. I'm actually spell this right. This is from HTML. Set that up. User, this is over here. User, this is. I'm gonna say same thing. Entry 2. Entry 2. Awesome. Now we're having our chat displayed in our browser. Yes, it does look ugly, but we are going to get into styling later on, not right now. I'm just focusing on this form and focusing on geolocation, which is up next. Since we have this running, we are going to go straight to geolocation. So for geolocation, MDM has a great API for that. Let me look it up right here. So geolocation MDM, and you could actually look at their API for this, but I'm gonna be explaining to you. I'm just showing you where the API lives, so that way, I mean, geolocation has a lot of methods that we could use that we're not going to be using in this video. So if you have any questions, you could probably look up the documents and go from there. So let's go and get our geolocation. So right inside index.html under form, we're going to add another button and type button. It doesn't really matter, but we're going to give it an ID of send location. And I spelled most of all that wrong. Location. Ugh. Just like, oh my, just like so. There you go. Send location. Now we could actually target this. This is a button where when you click on it, let's actually see it in our thing, in our browser. Look at this. Look at how small that button is. It's gonna be the send location. Control save. Refresh. Okay. When they hit this button, it's going to grab their location and send it to everybody that's connected. So back in index.js, and down below this one, down below this one, we're gonna create our new one. So I'm just copy this, add query selector thingy, Jesus. And we're not gonna get the submit button. We're gonna get our send location ID. This is the one we're targeting. So we're gonna document dot query selector. We want to get the send location button, and we're gonna listen to the click event, which is correct. And we're gonna actually check. First of all, we're gonna check if there is the geolocation, it is on their browser, because it is already built in within the browser. So we're going to check if the browser actually has it. If it doesn't, then we're going to just say, I don't know, geolocation not supported by your browser. So let's check for it first. So if this is how you check for it, by the way. Navigator, it lives inside Navigator dot geolocation location. So obviously if it is, it's going to say true, but we want to check if it's not. So if it's not in your browser, we're going to just return an alert saying geolocation is not supported by your browser. Just like that. Period. Now, if it is supported, we're going to do something. Did I do that right? No, it's down here. We're going to actually grab our current location. Okay, so that's a function, and it lives inside navigator.geolocation, just like this. And then dot get current position. Did I spell that right? Position. There you go. Get current position. And this actually takes in two functions. So the first function is everything went well. It actually grabbed our location, and it's going to, well, the first function starts our process of location, meaning that it's going to get our location. The second function is if something went wrong, it'll print it out. So it's actually two functions. So function, like I said, the first function is going to grab our position. So position. And our second function is going to be our error function. Just in case it couldn't grab our position, we're going to just alert unable to fetch location. Period. That's it. Now let's work let's work inside here. In here, we're gonna just check out what exactly position is. So we're gonna control save this, go inside our browser, refresh it, and click on this. So you're gonna get this little pop-up saying, do you want to share your location? Share. I'm gonna allow it. You don't have to, but I am, so that way we can see what we're doing. Our position right here, if you go down, our coordinates is gonna give us our longitude, our latitude and longitude. This is exactly what we need, because we're gonna be using an API to actually grab this. Shoot this to Google, and then Google's gonna give us a mini map that shows us in the map what our coordinates are, or for easier of use, it's going to show us a map. So Now that you know what coordinates are what am I saying? Now that you know the coordinates, let's do something with those coordinates. So I'm gonna just get rid of this, and we're gonna create an event for socket, and we're gonna just give out data for our latitude and longitude. And we do need to listen to it in our server side, but right now in our client side, we do need to create that event. So socket dot emit, and we're gonna call this one create location message. And as we all know, it does accept data as our second argument, and we're gonna set our lat, which lives inside position that lives inside chords, and it's our latitude. And just that so you know exactly what's happening over here. Refresh it, send coordinates, allow location. Right here, it's inside position, it's inside chords, and we're gonna get our lat and long. So that way you don't know, like, what is he doing? Well, it's in position, chords, and lat. That's where our lat is, and our long LNG is in exactly the same thing, position, chords, but it's gonna be in longitude instead of latitude. So long latitude, just like so. And we're gonna add, well, should I? Nah, let's not add our acknowledgement. Let's just leave it like this for now. So now that we created an event, we do have to listen for it in our server. So let's go to our server and actually listen for it. And right below, right here, we're gonna say socket dot on. We're listening, so on, and it has to be exactly the same name as this. So on create location message, we're gonna get chords. I'm gonna just name mine chords. We're gonna get that back, and we're gonna do something with this. We're gonna emit io.emit. We're gonna emit to everybody, including myself. If you didn't want to include yourself, you can do socket broadcast emit, just like this, so that way it'll send it to everybody except for yourself. I did explain this in the previous video, so take a look at that if you want to, but we're gonna send it to everybody including ourselves. So we're gonna emit new message, and we're going to generate. Remember, we did create this function up here, or yeah, this function right here, generate message, that creates our object for us. So we're going to generate our message, and we're going to send in for our first argument admin, and our second argument is going to be a template string that's going to give these two the lat and the long. Okay, so we're going to do $, curly braces, chords dot lng. Yes, okay, I was like, is that, oh, lat for lat, and then our long. So I'm gonna just copy this, comma, paste, and it's gonna be lng this time. Control save. Did I save it? No, I did Control D. Control save, and now let's go back, refresh it, send location, allow, and we get our coordinates right here. Obviously it's from admin, but don't worry, our user is going to be here. We're just putting admin for now, but we do get our coordinates. Now we got to create a mini map for these coordinates. So you might be wondering, how are we going to use these coordinates? Well, I'll show you real quick. I'm just copy these coordinates, go to google.com/maps, question mark, no, not that, question mark, q equals, and then our coordinates, just like so. And if you press enter, it's going to give us a map right here Although this is not where I live, but it's pretty damn close to where I live. But as long as we give them that URL, which starts with google.com/maps $Q equals, and then our coordinates, it should give them a little map to use. So let's put that into play here. In order to do that, we're going to create a new method or function. Instead of generate message, it's going to be generate location message, and we're going to be passing in, instead of template strings, we're going to literally be passing in our chords, our raw data. So I'm just get rid of this like this, pass that core lat. I'm gonna get rid of this one as well, and I'm be passing that as well. Control save, grab this and go up here, paste it in here, because we are going to be creating one inside of utils message. Save that. So inside of utils message.js, we are going to be creating it in here. So let paste generate message, generate location message equal, and we'll get into that in a bit. So in here, I'm gonna put lat and lng for longitude, and we're gonna return an object with these things in. So we're gonna return an object just like we did above, but it's going to be from our URL. We're gonna return a URL. I'm gonna use a template string in here, and it's going to be the URL we had above. So HTTPS, you do have to add this or else it will not redirect, / www.google.com/maps $Q equals, and then you do have to enter your latitude and your longitude right here. So $, curly braces, our lat, just like so, and I'm gonna copy this so I don't have to do it again, and then comma, paste that. It's gonna be our long, lng, just like that. And we do need to send one more in, which is going to be created at, so I'm gonna just copy this, paste that right in here, and let me grab this because we do need to export it. Control save. So now let's go back in server.js now, so that way we don't get confused on what we're talking about, because right now we're emitting a new message, but this is not exactly a new message as up here, because this message is for actual text, and this one is for our coordinates, our geolocation. So to avoid confusion, we're going to put new location message, and since we're emitting something from our server, we are going to have to be listening to this emit in our client side, so that way we can actually grab our things. So in our client side on index.js, it doesn't really matter where you put it. It really doesn't. I'm going to put mine just below the new message right here. I'm actually going to copy all this right here, paste that. So we're going to be listening. Let me right here, we're going to be listening for our new created event in here, our new location message. We're going to be listening to that. We are going to get a message back from that. So we could say new location, copy this, paste this. If you wanted to have that in there, there's no problem with that. And in here, we do need to create one more. We do need to create a link to this newly found URL. We're going to be using this URL, so we do need to create an A tag. So let's do that right now. Let A equal, I'm going to just copy this. We're going to create an A tag, A, and then we're going to do A dot inner HTML, just like so. And we're going to put in here, actually, we do need to create an attribute to this as well. So before we do the inner HTML, go up here. We're going to do a dot set attribute. We're going to set the attribute, if you do know, it's going to be underscore or target, target, comma, and we're going to set that target attribute to underscore blank. Control save that. Now, if you don't know what underscore blank does, it's an A tag, it's a link tag. So once you click on that link, it's going to open up another tab with that URL set inside of it. Okay. So we do need to set the href. So we're going to get the href. So I'm going to just copy this again, Control D, just like so. We're going to set the attribute href, and this is where we're going to put our URL in, and we're going to put message dot URL, since it does live in the URL. Okay, I'm gonna just get rid of this for now, and now let's keep it. And our inner HTML is going to be, where is it at? Right here. My current location, just like that. I'm going to my semicolons because I do want it to be somewhat okay. And we're going to put inner for our li. We want this a to be inside our li. So inner HTML. HTML is going to be equal to a. Now we could save this. So let's go test it out. Let's hope we didn't get any errors. Send location, allow. We did. Enter HTML. Did I? So I didn't know what was wrong. I apologize. I should have done this, or I should have tried it before, but I didn't. So anyways, you're going to set a equal to the inner tag. The inner text to this. So that way it's going to have that inner text of my current location. And you're going to just append it, which I should have known, but I did not do it. We're going to append it to the li we just created. And when you actually do that, let me refresh this right now. When we send location allow, you get my current location, and is actually a URL. When you click on it, you should go to Google Maps. So man, that is pretty close. All right. As always, we are going to test it. So inside our utils message test.js, we are going to test it. So we're going to create a describe block. I'm going to say generate location message. It should generate correct location object. So we did apply it to our code before we tested it. I did that wrong. We should have tested it first and then apply it, but I already knew it was going to work. I just wanted to do it already. So in here we do need to create dummy data. So we're going to do let from equal to let me look at my notes. Claire. And then our lat is going to equal 15. It doesn't really matter what you put in here. We're not going to put real coordinates. Our long is going to equal, 56. Semicolon. Oh wait, we do need a URL. URL is going to equal in quotes, I guess. No, in our, yeah, in quotes. No. Let's do a, sorry, template. And I'm actually going to grab my, where's the, this one right here. I'm just going to grab this. Copy this. Paste it right there. Our lat and long. And we do need a message. I didn't have a comma. Message is going to equal to generate location message from LATLNG, and we do need to bring this inside of our file right here, so that way we could grab it. Now that we're done with all of our variables, down below we're going to expect message dot created at, and we need to type of, because we want it to be a number, so to be number. And then we also, it's basically the same thing up here. So I'm just copy this, paste it down here. When we expect it to grab it from an URL. So let me explain real quick what's going on. So we just created a test unit, and we made dummy data are from our lat and long and our URL. And our message is going to be, it's going to generate it from our actual function generated back here. So we're going to expect message.created at to be a number, since we did call it over here, created at, it's going to be a number. And we're also going to expect the message, whatever we got back from here, to match object from an URL. So let's save that and get rid of this. npm run test watch. And let's see, we get our two passing tests. I was running blank for a second right there. So guys, this is it. This is the end of this video. So we created our geolocation, and we also did our form. In the next video, we're going to be styling our chat application or our chat page, and also getting our timestamps and formatting it with moment.js, which is another library, a pretty popular one for actually formatting our date. Right now, obviously, if you did look at our timestamps, it's a random bit of numbers. Well, we're going to use moment.js to actually format it nicely, so it could say on a Monday 11 or whatever you want, Monday, July 11th of 2018, 2019, it doesn't matter. Someone said this. We're going to be using moment for that. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please subscribe or consider subscribing. Please leave a like or a dislike, and leave a comment down below on what you thought about the video, something I could improve on, or I could redo the video, because I know that I sped up on the form, on actually building the form right here. I sped through that right here, all of this, but I was assuming that you actually knew, I'm assuming that you actually know CSS and HTML. So that's why I didn't spend too much time right here. But maybe I could have done a better job on explaining this. But yeah, let me know down in the section or in the comments if you would have liked for me to actually expand on this HTML more. But thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I will see you in the next video.